Hello and welcome back to my channel. Today we have a huge book unhaul. I'm going to be unhauling 31 books, 20 of which are unread, and this also includes some special editions because I have decided I do not want to keep any books that I do not absolutely love or think are absolutely stunning, because this year is the year that I curate my collection into one that brings me so much joy and I just love everything on it, and I refuse to read books that just really don't pique my interest. So what's the point in keeping them on my TBR? So I'm going to take you through each one and explain why I'm going to be unhauling it. So let's get straight into it. I have them all here. They are all here. There is a huge pile of them. But first we're going to go through those that I haven't read, because let's be honest, they're the ones you're most interested in. So there is no rhyme or reason to this. I'm just going to pick them and explain. First of all, we have Blood and Steel by Helen Shearer. Is that how you say it? There were technically more books in this unhaul, but I completely just didn't think about filming this video before I sold some of them. But I did have books 1 and 3. Now this is the indie copy, and I wasn't able to complete the collection before it was traditionally published, so I don't want things that don't match. Also, and this will become apparent with some of these books, I really don't want to just have black paperbacks. I really just don't like it. I don't know if you can tell. I don't know what kind of maybe might give this away. I love colour. I love colourful things, and especially with books, a colourful book collection, and black paperbacks just really aren't it. I love my Zodiac Academy books because they're shiny and I'm a magpie, but as you can see from behind me, like there's just 2 shelves of just black, so I need to kind of like colour them up. But that is the reason that I am getting rid of this, mainly to be honest because I can't get the other indie books. So on the same lines we have the, what series is this? Is this the Legacy series by Melissa Rorick? And I have the first 3 books and I can still get book number 4, but they're just black paperbacks, and I'll be honest, these are so big that I'm not entirely sure whether I'm gonna read them in physical or not. If you think I am gonna regret this decision and I should keep these, let me know, because I can still get book number 4. I don't know if this is on track to be traditionally published or not. So I was planning to read these on my Kindle anyway. I'm just getting rid of the physicals from my collection, so let me know what you think on this one. And then I also have The Veiled Kingdom by Holly Renee. I again bought this because I was in a huge indie era. I just love indie books. To be fair, I still like the size of indie books. I just don't like how a lot of them just are like black. But I've heard really mixed things about this, and I'm not sure that I actually want to read it anymore. If I do read it, I'll probably just read it on Kindle and just not have the books in my collection, to be quite honest. This is a really rogue one, but I actually got this book for free and it sounds kind of thrillery, and I really am not a huge thriller reader, and I just don't think I'm probably going to get around to reading it, so this one is just going to go to charity. Next we have 2 paperbacks from the works which actually have sprayed edges. Now I have a love-hate relationship with paperbacks. I am not a fan of them when they are on a shelf, and I think I might be the only one that thinks this, but like if you've got like a line of paperbacks that don't match, they're all on a shelf, they're all like just individual books, I really don't like how it looks. I like to have my shelves with paperbacks that have collections that are decorated and kind of like make a display of them, and if I'm gonna choose anything, I'm gonna choose a nice special edition with colourful edges and that kind of thing, because I just like displaying them. Like for me, part of the joy is the displaying of them. Having individual paperbacks that don't match anything just really isn't something that I like. And I think I have a love-hate relationship with F1 romances as well, because I'm an F1 girly and I am yet to find an F1 romance that I absolutely love, and for some reason I'm just like, I just don't think I'm gonna enjoy this. Again, I could just read this on my Kindle. I actually have this on my Kindle already because I think it was in 99p Kindle deals one month. I was like, I'm just gonna read it on Kindle, and then I'll end up getting rid of these as soon as I've read them anyway, and I probably won't read them in the paperbacks. So again, what's the point in keeping them? This is why we don't buy books unless we're sure we want them. Hopefully I'm going to learn from this mistake. So these may be slightly controversial because some people absolutely love this series, but I have The Serpent in the Wings of Night and The Ashes and The Star-Cursed King, and I'm not sure if I want to read this series. I've heard a lot of mixed things about it. Some people love it, some people hate it. I think this is like a pair. I think it's a series full of duets and there's like novellas in between. So yeah, I don't know, like I just don't really think that I'm going to read them compared to everything else that I have to read. And also again, when they're displayed on the shelf, they're just black spines, and yeah, I don't know, I'm just not a fan. If you think I should read this series, should I get it on Kindle? Let me know. I really don't know what to do on this one. I'm definitely going to get rid of the paperbacks, but I really don't know whether to read read it or not. Next I have a stack of hardback books that I haven't read, and that is The Dagger and the Flame. Now, don't be alarmed, I am going to read this book. This is on my 2026 challenge. However, I do actually have a Fairy Loot copy of this now, so I don't need the normal hardback cover of it. We then have Fire in the Sky. Now, this one, I actually liked the sound of it, and I do have this on Kindle because, again, I went through a habit. I went through a phase of buying every single physical book I had if it was on 99p Kindle deals, because I am a Kindle reader. As much as I like to own physical books, I just read everything on my Kindle. So I have it on Kindle, and also I think this is just kind of like, it's just not really giving in comparison to some other things I have on my shelf. I think I would just rather get rid of it and let it go to a brand new home, and I'll just read it on Kindle. If I love it and there's a special edition version, I'll get that. But yeah, I'm not that bothered about this one in physical version. This book is probably for the same reason, to be quite honest. I do think this cover is really pretty. But again, like the spine is just really, like, there's not much going on, to be honest. And if I am going to read it, I mean, I did look at the blurb and it just didn't really make me feel like, oh my god, I want to read this like now, it sounds so good. So it's just like, I don't know, if I ever read it, I'll read it on Kindle. I just don't really see the point in keeping it. And same goes with this one. This is the Phoenix Keeper. I think this is really pretty, like as a front cover, but because I have so many books now, I can't store everything forward facing as much as I would like to. I do with some that I absolutely love, obviously. And then when I read the blurb again, I just wasn't overly blown away by it. So it's just gotta go. And then we move on to the special editions that I haven't read yet, but that I will be parting ways with. And the first one is Where Shadows Meet. This is the Fairy Loot version, and to be honest, I think this was like maybe in my first or second box, but the sprayed edge just really wasn't giving me much, and it just, I don't know, I found it kind of underwhelming for a Fairy Loot edition. I remember being so disappointed when I got this, and to be honest, it just doesn't grab me in terms of a story. Now, I have actually looked on Vinted, and I think quite a few people are selling this because this is actually really cheap. So who knows if I'm going to be able to sell it, but yeah, I think we are parting ways. I then have two special editions from a Fairy Loot, which I'm getting rid of because I think they are sort of like Chinese mythology related. We seem to get a lot in the Fairy Loot subscription, and I just really don't get on with that type of fantasy book for some reason. It's, I don't know, it's like my brain just can't comprehend some of like the place names and the people's names to a point where I just really struggle with it more than like kind of made up ones. I don't know why, I just struggle. And these are really pretty. I do think they are pretty, but I just think for me, I'm just not going to read them. And if I do, I'm not going to absolutely love them to a point where I want to keep them. So I may as well give them to somebody who is going to absolutely love them. And if I'm honest, that is the reason that I'm also going to be getting rid of these two. Now, I have actually read these, changed up the order ever so slightly, but I have read Immortal by Su Lin Tan and also The Nightblood Prince by Molly Chang, and I actually did enjoy these. I did enjoy them. It was a 4-star read for me, this one, and also this one. I would actually read the second book of this because it was slightly different, and I did actually quite enjoy it, but I just don't love them enough to warrant keeping them. I mean, I would, like, if I couldn't sell them, I would of course keep them because they are absolutely stunning. Like, I keep looking at the viewfinder as I'm holding all of these books up because some of them are really pretty. I just think that getting more and more special editions every month, I just want to try and keep things I absolutely love, you know? So that is those two. Next we have Dawn of the Firebird. Now, I've questioned whether I should get rid of this one so many times, and I just think, I just don't know. I just don't know. I'm in that phase where I just don't know if I want to keep something or if I don't, and that kind of says to me that I maybe shouldn't. I do think this one is really pretty, especially the naked hardcover. The naked hardcover is so gorgeous. I just don't know, and for that reason, I just feel like the best thing is to just get rid of it, to be honest. Next we have The Isle in the Silver Sea. Now, this one is an Illumicrate, and I don't know, I've kind of found some of the Illumicrate books a little bit disappointing, to the point where today I cancelled my Illumicrate subscription. And also, this is a sapphic romance, and it's like medieval. Now, with medieval ones, I enjoy them, but they're not like my favourite book to read. I don't know what it is about sapphic romances specifically. It's not that I have anything against them, I just haven't found one that I really enjoyed. I have read quite a few MM romances, for example, and I have really enjoyed those, But yeah, considering I'm not crazy on the design and kind of like the time period in which the book is set, and also the fact it's sapphic, I just think that I am going to give this to somebody that would absolutely love it instead. And next we have Cold Wire by Chloe Gong. Now, this falls into an entirely separate category in that I absolutely hate how this book looks. It is my own personal opinion. All of this is opinion, my opinion. You know, other people may absolutely love these, which is why, of course, when I sell them, people will buy them because people have different opinions. For me, I just absolutely hate how this book looks. Like, I just really hate it. And I think it might be something that quite a few of the Fairy Loot subscribers think, because again, a lot of people were selling this book as soon as they received it. So yeah, I kind of was in the mindset of, oh well, I may as well just keep it, and then, you know, if I read it and I hate it, I'll just get rid of it. But I just think, no, I'm just not waiting around to read it. I'm just going to get rid of it. So those were the unread books that I am getting rid of. And now we're going to move on to the ones I have read, but I am getting rid. Obviously, I already snuck in 2 of the special editions, but the last one is The Second Death of Locke. I read this last month, and actually, I really enjoyed it. It was really good. I think the problem for me is the cover of this is definitely growing on me. It's definitely growing on me. But can you see what I mean when I say it looks kind of similar in design to The Isle in the Silver Sea, which again is another Illumicrate book, and I think they came back to back, like 1 month after another. I just think they look really similar, and to be honest, I really dislike the edge. I go backwards and forwards on it sometimes, but I just think it is not for me, so I'm not going to force myself to keep a book. If there was another special edition of it that I absolutely loved, I would of course get a version of it because I did enjoy it. But it's just not for me, so let's go away. We then have 3 hardbacks that I have read and loved. Well, kind of loved. So, The North Wind by Alexandria Warwick. I really enjoyed this. This was really fun and I had a great time reading it. I didn't realise when I got this that this series is actually a series of 4 standalones. So this book is this book about these characters and they're slightly interconnected, but you don't have to read one to read all of them in the series. But I got them because I absolutely love the design on the front cover, but the spine is really boring, and I just didn't love it enough to keep it in the collection. And then saying that, The West Wind is the second book, and I did get this because again, I really like this flower design on the front, but this I actually didn't like anywhere near as much as The North Wind. I actually almost DNF'd this book, so yeah, it kind of doesn't really deserve to stay in the collection, and again, boring spine. And then next we have Heavenly Bodies by Imani Eriyu. Is that how you say it? I don't know. I have a special edition paperback of this that I bought in Brussels with my best friends, and we have matching copies, and I absolutely love that. I have also got Fallen Stars Fairy Loot version on the way. I just don't need this hardback copy. If I have a special edition paperback, I just don't need it. And because I don't store my special editions in like series order or anything, I store them in colour order, it doesn't really matter that I have a hardback of the second book and not of the first. Like, I'm not going to know that. Other people aren't going to know that by looking, so I just figure I really don't need to keep it. And then last but not least, we have some paperbacks that I have read. Now, I read Happy Place by Emily Henry, and again, this is a classic Emily Henry romance. It's good. It's not great, like it's not the greatest romance I've ever read, but it was good. I liked it. I enjoyed it while I read it. Do I want to keep a one-off paperback like all the other ones? No, I don't. So it can go to a new home. We then have The No-Show by Beth O'Leary, and I actually DNF'd this book. I really didn't like it. I got like at least a third, if not 40% of the way through, and I just really wasn't getting on with it. So why am I going to keep a book that I DNF? I'm not. So bye. And then last but not least, we have the Influencer series by Amy Lee. I actually read Set on You years ago. Like, I think this was maybe 2022, early 2023. I read this book and I absolutely enjoyed it. Like, it's that old that I was in my Breaking the Spines era, but I really enjoyed it. And then I bought book 2 and 3 at the same time, but I didn't actually read book 2 and 3 until a couple of months ago. Whoopsie. Now I have the series completed, I am actually just going to sell it as like a little bundle because I didn't love the series to the point where I would keep it and I would like make like a display out of it. So I figure I just shouldn't bother keeping it really. I feel like I've probably just repeated myself a massive amount throughout this video as to saying why I want to get rid of everything. But for me, if it's a paperback, I have to absolutely love the author or the series in order to keep it, because I just don't like keeping random ones. And I went through a hardback era and now I've realised the error of my ways if it's the normal hardback. We'll try and be better about it, but I'm not always perfect. And sometimes I will buy random books and I'll be like, why did you buy that? But most of the paperbacks I bought in like 2022, 2023, and it's taken me a while to read them and cycle them out of my collection. So I have quite a few paperbacks on my TBR that I'll probably do the same thing with. I'll read them and then as soon as I've read them, I will probably just sell them or give them to charity because I just don't want to keep them. And the aim is that from now on, I will not be buying random books here or there. I'm going to try and be more specific with my purchasing. I feel so much better getting rid of all of these books. My TBR has gone down a significant amount. Like I said, it was technically more than the 20 unread books in this haul, but I did accidentally sell some of them before I even thought about filming this video. So there was at least 3, 4, 5, maybe 7 other books that I could have included. But me being me and being a little bit forgetful and occasionally unorganised, just didn't think about it. If there are any books that you have seen within this haul that you think I'm making a huge mistake on and I need to keep, let me know in the comments. If this is the kind of book content that you like to see, then make sure you press that subscribe button and the notification bell so you get notified every time I upload. And all I can say is a massive thank you for sticking around in this video until this point. And if you did, as always, we are going to do an emoji, and that emoji is going to be the big red cross because we are not keeping books we don't need. I need to keep reminding myself of that constantly, but that's the aim. All right, I feel like I've just completely rambled for this entire video, but thank you so much for watching and I'll see you soon. Bye guys.